Hey guys, what is up? It's me, JRPG bro. We're playing more Persona 5 Royal here, getting ready for Persona 5 Strikers, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Persona franchise as a whole. We left off last time with, the school cleanup, thing that was so much fun to do. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, that was so much fun. Essentially what that did, though, is it did literally set us up with the Kasumi Yoshizawa Confronts arc, which is brand new for this game. So, like I said, Maruki and Kasumi are the two brand new confronts, and they did actually change one. I don't want to get into any spoilers in regards to that specific one, but, I'm throwing it out there. One thing I do, kind of don't like about Royal and 5 as a whole is when we go to the movies, we can't take, a friend with because we have to be invited by a friend to do things.
I know why. I use pies. Cakes are too quick. You can't savor all the little taste sensations you see when forced to choose cake or pie. People show you their true taste. I am nothing like you. You're a psychopath who bakes for money.
I love about the movies in this game is that they're all kind of like parodies of real world movies. In case you guys couldn't pick up, that was like a Batman Begins, Dark Knight kind of parody. I gotta say though, like this game has a lot of comical issues here.
Morning.
So we're running out of time to take care of Madarame. Now, if you guys remember a few videos back, we actually took care of Madarame and we stole his treasure. So we do have that free time. We're going to be able to spend time with like Ryuji and, An at the same point in time. There are going to be things we can actually take care of, which is fantastic, as a matter of fact. So we're going to be doing that a lot for the next few days. Obviously, we're going to get a lot of story elements coming up too.
Oh, yes.
So we do have that as well. There's going to be, like I said, there's going to be the End Palace, the big story event there. And then there's going to be the Pre-Palace coming up eventually for the next one. So the game really does a good job kind of setting things up and kind of pacing things for us as a whole. And that's the one thing I love about this game. So there's a good pace. We're not being rushed into things. It really goes at its own actual, like I said, it goes at the pace it wants to go. So right now we're going to be asked this question here. By our teacher, Mr. Inui. I probably mispronounced his name. It's a pretty easy answer here. Like I said, we can actually, if you're following a guide, which is something I'm doing here, we're following a guide on Game Facts. I'm really big on using a guide because I want to make sure I want to maximize our play times, because I don't want to have to go through 2-3 times to see everything or pick up things I missed on. Not that I don't absolutely love the living shit out of this game. Like, oh my god, this is my favorite game. I want to make sure we maximize our playthrough. That's our ultimate goal, is I want to maximize the playthrough and be able to do everything I can. So, boom, boom, boom. I know New Game Plus really makes things a lot easier too, so keeping that in mind here. Can't believe it's going to be June. We've almost been with Sojiro for almost 2 months now at this point. It's crazy. Crazy how time flies. Like I said, this game is a lot longer. It's the longest Persona game to date. That's also a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because sometimes, it feels like it's a lot longer than it is. So story segments do take up a lot of time as a whole. Like they do. They really eat up a massive amount of, time. So like when we hit a very heavy story section, it feels like we're only getting like a day done in a single video. Then we can get like a week done every once in a while. I don't think we've ever actually gotten a whole week done in a single video yet, which is crazy to think. So now it's after school. We have free time. 5 days. 5 days. So we're actually going to see who we actually have here. So we have Dr. Takemi is one of our options for ranking up here. Like I said, we only have a handful of Confronts that we can actually do during the day. I know Yoshizawa, Kasumi, Maruki, Ryuji, Takemi, and An are our big ones right now. And everyone has their own kind of like internal schedule that we can only spend time with. So like, for example, An might not be available on Wednesdays, instead it's Ryuji. It really gives us time to really kind of juggle with our Confronts here and kind of work on making it through them. So like I said, our ultimate goal is to try to get through An by July, and we're going to go spend some time with her and see what's going on.
We'll just have to wait for now. Oh yeah! Yeah! Okay! Okay, let's get going!
So it looks like we were actually unable to rank up with An. So every once in a while, we're probably going to have an event like that where we're going to be unable to rank up with Confront, which is definitely something, you know, that is definitely frustrating as a person who wants to complete everything, but, you know, it kind of is what it is. So we're going to take care of this crossword puzzle, and we're going to see what we have available to do after we're done with that.
All right.
I see. Nice. Hey!
I'm trying to think, we might not have a lot of things we're able to do tonight, and we want to make sure we're watering our plant. So if we're actually playing this for the very first time, the one thing I want to point out is watering the plant will raise our kindness. It's probably the best way to actually raise kindness as a whole in the game. So keep that in mind if you actually do want to max all your stats in your first playthrough. Is there certain activities that will give us a bigger boost?
Yes!
So tonight we're actually going to do some training. Usually, you know, when we're doing training, it's not usually what the guide suggests to do. So usually gotta be like, you know, making tools as an option. So you want to make like lock picks and stuff like that. We have a perma pick, which is something we can make later in game, and the perma pick is a fantastic tool. And because it's a permanent lock pick that doesn't break, and the best part is it does carry over to New Game Plus. I want to point that out. That's one of the few items,
Well then.
you know, that's non-equipment that will carry over in the New Game Plus. I'm going to emphasize that a lot because that's fantastic. Like I was over the hill. I made 2 of them, and I didn't realize I made 2 of them. And it carried over, and I felt so overjoyed by the fact that it carried over. I know it doesn't sound like my voice. I am the monotone gamer dude, bro. We are now officially in June. pollen warning. The pollen warning will affect mementos as a whole, and mementos will be affected. In case you are wondering, there are certain weather things, so like pollen, torrential rain, flu season, all those things do impact mementos as a whole. I'm emphasizing this as a whole because things will change inside mementos based on it. So you might get stronger enemies might have certain stats, so that we can't take care of the Reaper the same way we did in Persona 5 Vanilla. In Vanilla, we were able to take out the Reaper with flu season because he gets despair. Can't do it now. We literally have to actually take him out the fair way in an actual fight. So in case you guys are wondering, it is possible to take him down on a lower level in New Game Plus, or even in your first playthrough. It's a lot harder in your first playthrough because you want to make sure you also have your best persona. So if you have the DLC persona, such as Izanagi no Kami Picaro, you might have a slight fighting chance. It's going to be tough. It really is. I wanted to experiment. I think we actually posted a video here on the channel already, kind of experimenting with that idea as a whole. So we're going to see what's going on with Ryuji. I think we're at rank 7 with him. So we spend time with him today. We'll be at rank 8. So we might actually be able to max out our our confront arc with Ryuji, in this before the end of the next palace. So let's see what is going on with him. He's going to talk to the track team. So we're going to see what's going on with that.
Yeah. Nah. Come on, man. Hey. I see. Well... All right. All right then, let's go. See ya.
It's pretty cool. We're at rank 8 with Ryuji, which, you know, you're gonna say, well, bro, that doesn't sound that impressive as a whole. But in all honesty, it really is, considering we're in June at this point in time in the game. It's still pretty early in the game. Like I said, our ultimate goal is we are gonna juggle our confidants. That is something I want to point out, that juggling confidants is it's a challenge. It really is. And we juggle our confidants, and it's gonna get frustrating as a whole, because we're like, oh man, there's so many confidants for us to do. So many. And I know, like, people are like, how do you do it? How do you do it all in one run? I'm gonna tell you guys this, honestly, I did my first run through of Persona 5, their regular version back in 2017. My first run through the game, I didn't use a guide at all, like no guides whatsoever, and I think I probably saw about 75 to 80% of the game. There was a handful of confidants we didn't actually max out, and it was definitely on that like kind of frustrating side as a whole, because you want to be able to see everything, and these games are massive. They're just works of art. A lot of people say, bro, you say work of art, games aren't art, and I disagree with you on that. I do think that certain, video games are kind of elevated beyond just a game and kind of in that art form. I think Persona 5 is one of those games that's really an art form, because look at all the look at this. This is not something we're going to see a lot of, like, in terms of games. So I'm just throwing that out there. We are running out of time for Madarame. In case you guys didn't do the palace yet, I strongly suggest making sure you do it by now. You will get a game over. You will definitely get a game over if you do not do a palace within the deadline. Like, I'm not gonna joke around with you guys. The game will end. Make sure you are saving the game. We are trying to save the game off camera, because there are going to be possible spoilers to an extent in my save menu. So I don't want people seeing spoilers for anything. I don't want anyone getting that spoiled for them. So, I mean, yes, you can put your console in sleep mode as well, or rest mode, and, not worry about saving, but I would still suggest saving, because you never know, you could lose power, really be screwed over. I did find out that you can actually move save files from a PS4 to a PS5 and vice versa, because there are parts in this game that are going to be recording blocked. So we're going to try something in case, see if we can get past that recording block. I'm not the most technological person for someone that I actually used to be kind of technological. I'm not really, the best. So we're going to put that out there. We're moving forward in the day. June is going to fly by before you know it. We'll be in like July and, August, the dog days of summer.
I want to ask you something. Why did Mr. Kamoshida change all of a sudden? Is that your hypothesis? It's still too sudden. I believe it's only natural to think that something must have caused it. Well, that's fine. Thanks for your valuable opinion. I'll take it into account. Well then. Hey!
We're going to see what we got going on here. Looks like we can actually rank up with Takemi. I know they're going to keep harassing us about mementos. We're going to keep putting that off as long as we can. 3 days, guys. 3 days. So let's see what Dr. Takemi has in store for us. The plague is going to give us a clinical trial.
Uh-huh. Stop that.
there we go, rank 6 with
All right.
Dr. Takemi. We're going to actually hit that brick wall with her soon. She seems to be having an issue. She doesn't like being, you know, a doctor in a small town. She wants more, which I don't blame her for. And the good thing is she pretty much healed that other girl.
What?
Obviously, you know, we're still wondering about Miwa-chan, who we have heard about. So we're gonna start hearing more and more. I'm wondering where her, you know, her confidant arc is going to go. Who knows, in all honesty, at this point in time. So there we go. We got some guts. I like how some of the confidants that we spend time with, we actually do rank up some of our stats, which is actually pretty cool. I really like that as a whole. So we did that. And now we're going to have some free time here at night. Now, like I said, our responses are important in most cases. There are certain responses where it really doesn't matter how we respond. We're not going to either get, you know, those music notes determine, you know, 1, 2, and 3 are, you know, points, essentially. Talking about point system. The point system essentially determines how quickly we're going to rank up. So that was actually a good response. We got 2. And the guides that you use will give you the best responses as well for these confidants. There are also confidant guides in case we get ahead or behind on a specific confidant as well. They'll tell you the best responses. Actually, this one I found actually gives us all the 3 choices or 2 choices depending on the option, and they'll actually tell us which ones were 3, 2, 0, 0, you know, so on and so forth. There are certain responses that we're not going to get any points on. So you need to make sure you have a certain amount of points to rank up. So your responses are very important to rank up with your confidants as well. We only have a finite amount of time in this game, you know, daytime wise, to really do everything that we want to do. We don't want to actually, like, you know, mess up and, you know, not actually do everything. So we do have 3 days before, you know, Madarame has his, either, you know, we get the game over or we succeed. We did take his treasure, so he should have that change of heart. That being said, the change of heart will occur most likely in our next video, in case you guys are wondering. Just throwing that out there, I don't think we're going to be able to do it today. So we do, there's a TV quiz show that we can take every once in a while. It's a little boost to our knowledge, which is fantastic. We can always use that. That's always going to be helpful for us. Now keep in mind, like I said, we also do have this thing called the Thieves' Den. And what the Thieves' Den is it is essentially compiling our achievements, our trophies through the game. So, like, yeah, the game has about 50 trophies, we'll say, that we can accomplish through the game, but there are other things we can do in the game that'll also give us a little bit of a, you know, give us extra points, such as reading, you know, X amount of books, going to the, you know, beating all the video games, watching all the DVDs, stuff like that. So stuff like that, you know, that we can do. So we can actually spend time with Sojiro here, and we can actually see what's going on. So we're going to spend time with him, and let's see what's going on with Sojiro.
Well, yeah. Jeez.
All right.
And there we go. And a little bit of the interesting thing, we have to avoid this guy. That was actually good thinking there. We want to make sure we, that was an interesting thing. What we just saw here was someone that Sojiro knows was coming in after him. Calling the phone was actually a good move there. I think I messed it up the very first time I played Persona 5. So, we were able to do that. We got some nice points with him. I don't know if 4 or 5 is the lock point for his Confidant arc. That actually, that might be now. We might have hit the, we might not be able to actually do any more Confidant arc with him until we progress further in the story. So keeping that in mind, we are going to start getting some more nighttime Confidants in the very near future. So that kind of, him being locked out really doesn't hurt us as much because we are going to start getting more nighttime Confidants for us to focus on. Keeping that in mind, throwing that out there as well. So we want to make sure we do have the ability to have those things going on for us. So that being said, we're running out of time before Madarame's confession here, which is going to be interesting because this is going to be a bigger scale than Kamoshida, so we should have a more interesting response, so to speak, here. So another day down, and we're going to move on here. I want to say it's the 5th is the day. So now we get some time to train. Now, what would suck is if we actually didn't have a book to read. That would be downright terrible. We don't have a book to read. Oh, we're screwed. Oh, shit. Pretty much not having a book would be rough, but we can actually take books back to the library. So we're going to keep that in mind, that is actually an option for us, is that we will actually be able to do that at some point in the very near future. Probably, today we'll probably do that. Better safe than sorry, because I tend to forget that we do have books that we can take out of the library.
Okay, quiet down.
So this is the first time we're going to get this from Kawakami, is that she's going to kind of change the lesson plan. And by changing the lesson plan, we're going to have free time in class. So the free time in class is a really interesting thing, and we're going to get more free time when we move up with Kawakami's social arc, her Confidant arc. And essentially what's going to happen is we're going to have the ability to read books, sleep, study, pay attention, or make infiltration tools. Now I want to point out that infiltration tools are really useful for us, but we're going to do a lot of reading here. Reading is going to allow us, like I said, we want to read as many of these books as possible. And reading the books also will unlock different areas in case we turn down our Confidant, invitation, so to speak. So we're going to read. Shout out to the kids sitting behind us for not paying attention to what we're doing at all. Massive shout out though, throwing it out there. This kid is the real pro, the real MVP in this game for not really paying attention to us. So
What are your thoughts?
we finished on their book, so we're gonna have free time after class. This looks like a great place for us to get ready to call it a break today. I've been that JRPG bro, guys. Thanks so much for watching our Persona 5 Royal Let's Play. We're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Persona, probably all year long, because these games are insanely long. So guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back with more Persona 5 Royal. Madarame's confession is next time. I'm excited.